Have you ever noticed how just a few words you whisper to yourself can completely shift the way your day feels, or even the direction of your entire life? Maybe it's a quiet thought, like, "I can handle this," or a harsh one, like, "I always mess this up." Either way, your mind listens, and your life follows. This isn't just poetic language. It's at the heart of Stoic teaching, where wise thinkers learn to harness the power of their inner dialogue to turn external challenges into wisdom, strength, and inner stability. Today we're going to explore how the Stoic practice of mindful self-talk can guide you through life's rough waves and quietly reshape the reality you experience from the inside out. If you're skeptical about how much influence your thoughts really have, you're in the right place. You don't need to blindly believe in think positive and manifest. You only need to stay, listen, and test these ideas in your own life. By the end of this journey, you'll see self-talk not as a fluffy idea, but as a practical skill for sculpting your character and your future. Here on Stoic Ocean, we bring together ancient philosophy and modern psychology to help you live with more clarity, strength, and peace. If that speaks to you, I'd love to welcome you into this community. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and stay with us through the whole video so you can absorb the full set of tools we're about to explore. Let's dive into how you can use the power of your own thoughts, not just to react to life, but to actively participate in creating it. What we'll cover today isn't just abstract theory. These are real, grounded practices you can begin using today. Tools that have helped countless people across history transform their inner dialogue, and in doing so, gradually reshape their reality. The Stoics understood something profound about the human mind. They saw clearly that the quiet conversations we have with ourselves are among the most powerful forces shaping our lives. So they built a way of thinking, a discipline of self-talk that allows us to transform our relationship with thoughts, emotions, and circumstances. In this video, we'll walk through 10 powerful concepts to help you master the art of self-talk. You'll learn the science behind how your thoughts shape your brain. You'll see how to transform negative thinking patterns with Stoic principles. You'll hear practical phrases you can use in daily life. You'll explore visualization and mental rehearsal. You'll learn how to align your emotions with your goals and how to build consistency through small daily practices. This isn't just information. It's an invitation to gradually change the way you relate to yourself. If you stay with this and actually apply it, you won't just think differently for a day. You'll start to notice that your default responses, your emotional patterns, your sense of who you are, begin to shift as well. So let's begin. Take a moment and think about your day so far. How many times today have you spoken to yourself inside your own mind? Maybe you replayed a mistake and called yourself careless. Maybe you worried about something that hasn't happened yet. Maybe in a quiet moment, you encourage yourself to keep going even though you felt tired. These inner conversations are happening constantly. Most of us barely notice them. But the truth is, they are not harmless background noise. They are quietly training your brain, moment by moment. The Stoics understood that these internal dialogues do not happen in a vacuum. They carve paths through your mind. They shape your emotions. They drive your actions. And over time, they form the lens through which you experience life. That's why mastering self-talk is not just about thinking positive. It's about understanding how your brain actually works. and then using Stoic wisdom to guide your thoughts in a direction that serves you instead of sabotaging you. In the next part, we'll look at the science behind all of this, so you can see clearly how your thoughts literally sculpt your brain. Then we'll connect that science to Stoic practice, so you have both clarity and practical tools. Let's begin this journey together. The science behind self-talk and neural pathways. Every time you have a thought, whether it's something small like choosing your breakfast, or something deep like, I'm not good enough, your brain is not passive, it's hard at work. It fires neurons, tiny nerve cells that communicate through synapses, forming connections we call neural pathways. You can think of these pathways as trails in a field. Each time you think in a certain way, you're walking down that trail. The more often you walk it, the more visible and automatic that path becomes. If you repeatedly tell yourself, I always mess this up, your brain begins to treat that sentence as familiar ground. It becomes a well-worn road, the easiest route to take whenever you face a similar situation. Soon you don't even question it. It just feels like the truth. But here's the part most people never realize. The same brain that can build a path of self-doubt and fear can also build a highway of confidence and calm. Each time you interrupt a negative thought and offer a wiser alternative, you're not just cheering yourself up. You are quite literally reshaping the wiring inside your brain. This ability of the brain to reorganize itself by forming new connections is called neuroplasticity. For a long time, people believed the brain was mostly fixed in adulthood. Now we know that it's constantly changing, responding to your experiences, your attention, and your repeated thoughts. Imagine walking through a field in a different direction day after day. At first, there's no path, just grass resisting your steps. But if you keep walking, a faint trail appears, then a clear path, and eventually that new way becomes the easiest route to take. Your mind works in exactly the same way. The thoughts you repeat become the paths you prefer. If you rehearse, I'm useless in social situations, your body and emotions will prepare to feel tense, awkward, and afraid before you even walk into the room. But if you gradually practice a different inner line, like, I may feel nervous, but I'm learning to show up anyway, you begin walking a slightly different path. The first few times it feels unnatural, even fake. But with repetition, the new path becomes familiar, and the old one begins to fade. That's neuroplasticity in action. Your brain is not a stone. It's more like wet clay, always being shaped by what you feed it. The Stoics sensed this truth long before brain scans existed. They didn't know the term neural pathways, but they knew that the thoughts you entertain repeatedly eventually shape your character, your habits, and your destiny. Modern neuroscience has simply put images and data behind what they already practiced. Brain imaging studies show that people who consistently practice more constructive self-talk literally show different patterns of brain activity over time. Pathways linked to calm, confidence, and problem-solving grow stronger and more efficient. Pathways linked to rumination, fear, and helplessness can gradually become less dominant. Every time you choose a slightly kinder, slightly clearer thought, you are making a small adjustment to how your brain is wired. One time won't change your life, but hundreds of repetitions over weeks and months absolutely will. This is why consistency matters. Not because the universe is counting your affirmations, but because your nervous system is. It remembers, it adapts, it rewires. Understanding this science gives you a solid foundation for why self-talk matters. You're not just trying to feel better for a moment. You are participating consciously in the reshaping of your own mind. And when you combine this scientific insight with Stoic wisdom, you don't just have motivation, you have a method. Before we move on, try this simple exercise tonight. When you notice a harsh thought, don't fight it, just write it down. Then, beneath it, write one alternative line that is calmer, truer, and more helpful, as if you were advising a friend you genuinely care about. It doesn't need to be overly positive. It just needs to be a little wiser. That small shift is already a new pathway forming. Now let's bring in the Stoics and see how they guide us to transform negative thoughts in the level of judgment. Stoic principles for transforming negative thoughts. Stoicism doesn't stop at simply noticing your thoughts. It challenges you to take responsibility for how you interpret what happens to you. Imagine you're facing a difficult situation at work. A project goes wrong, someone criticizes you, or a deadline feels impossible. The first wave of thoughts might sound like, I'm failing, I can't handle this, or this always happens to me. If you don't examine them, those thoughts will harden into your default story. But the Stoic approach invites a different move. Instead of spiraling into stress and self-blame, you pause, take a mental step back, and ask, what else could this mean? You might choose to see it as an opportunity to strengthen your resilience, to improve your skills, or to clarify what's in your control and what isn't. This is not a cheap trick or forced positivity. When you shift your interpretation, you're also shifting what happens inside your body. You steer your brain chemistry away from pure threat mode and toward a more balanced state, where neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin can support focus, motivation, and problem solving. In Stoic terms, this is the power of judgment. As Epictetus said, people are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. Between what happens and how you feel, there is a space. In that space, your judgment lives. The Stoic practice is to step into that space with awareness. When something happens, you don't have to accept your first thought as truth. You can pause, notice the story you're telling, and ask, is there a wiser way to see this? You might use a simple 3-step check. First, what actually happened? Just the facts. Second, what story am I layering onto it? Third, what interpretation would a calmer, wiser version of me choose? Each time you do this, you're not just changing a mood. You're training your mind to respond to life from a place of clarity rather than instinctive fear. And over time, this becomes your new default, your new inner voice. When a negative thought arises, instead of letting it slip in as if it were the truth, you pause and you question it. Is this thought true? Is it useful? Is it within my control? Does it serve my values and the life I want to build? If the answer is no, you are not obligated to keep believing it. You can choose a wiser alternative, a thought that is more accurate, more helpful, and more aligned with your goals. This is how you transform negative thinking through Stoic principles. Not by suppressing thoughts, not by pretending they don't exist, but by examining them calmly and choosing better judgments. The Stoics also taught us to reframe our challenges. Instead of seeing a difficult situation as proof that life is unfair, you can see it as a chance to practice virtue. Instead of treating failure as a verdict on your worth, you treat it as information, a lesson in what doesn't work so you can adjust and improve. Instead of seeing obstacles as walls that block you, you see them as weights that strengthen you when you learn to lift them. This reframing isn't denial, it's wisdom. It's recognizing that every event is neutral, and it's your judgment that paints it as disaster or as training. You can't always choose what happens to you, but you can always choose what it will mean to you. When you practice this consistently, your inner landscape shifts. Challenges become opportunities to grow stronger. Failures become feedback instead of shame. Obstacles become stepping stones on the path you're walking. This shift in perspective is quietly transformative. It changes how you experience your work, your relationships, your setbacks, your entire life. And it begins with a single decision. I will choose my thoughts instead of letting them choose me. The Stoics also understood something simple but profound. Thoughts create emotions. When you entertain a harsh, fearful thought, your body responds accordingly. You feel tight, anxious, defeated, or angry. When you choose a calmer, clearer thought, your body softens. You feel more grounded, more open, more capable. A single thought becomes an emotion. Emotion becomes action. Action becomes habit and pattern. Over time, those patterns shape your destiny. The Stoics knew this chain long before we had scientific language for it, so they chose thoughts that would give rise to steadier emotions, wiser actions, and more honorable outcomes. You can do the same. Start where they started, at the level of thought. Choose thoughts that serve you, that move you forward, that are firm but fair, honest but not cruel. This is the Stoic way of transforming negative thinking, not through force, not through fake positivity, but through clear seeing and deliberate choice. Practical self-talk, techniques, and examples. So what does all of this actually look like in the moments of your day? It begins with awareness, simply noticing the conversations you're having with yourself. Ask yourself, if I spoke to a friend the way I speak to myself, would that be kind or would it be abusive? If you realize you're acting as a harsh critic, it's time to shift the script. For example, instead of saying, I always mess things up, a Stoic-inspired line might be, I made a mistake, and this is a chance to learn and adjust. You're not sugarcoating reality. You still acknowledge the error, but you're seeing it through the lens of growth instead of self-condemnation. Each sentence you speak inwardly reinforces a belief about who you are. When you move your self-talk from attacking to constructive, you're not just improving your mood in the moment. You're building self-efficacy, the quiet belief that whatever happens, you can respond and influence your path. That belief is critical for long-term resilience. Let's look at a few examples. When you make a mistake, instead of saying, I'm so stupid, you say, I made an error and now I know what to do differently. The first line attacks your identity. The second describes the event and points toward growth. When you face a challenge, instead of saying, this is too hard, you say, this is difficult, and I'm learning how to handle difficult things. The first stops you, the second stretches you. When you feel overwhelmed, instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I feel overwhelmed right now, so I'll take this one small step at a time. You acknowledge your feeling without turning it into a permanent label. You give yourself a path forward. These phrases may seem small, but over time they reshape your self-image. They change how you relate to your struggles. They expand what you believe is possible for you. The Stoics knew that language matters. The words you choose are tools you use on your own mind. Change the words and you change the way you think. Change the way you think and you change the way you act. Here's a simple technique you can begin today. For the next 24 hours, pay attention to your self-talk. When you notice a particularly harsh sentence, write it down. Then next to it, craft a wiser alternative. Not a fake, overly positive line, but a reframe that is more accurate and more helpful. I never get anything right can become, I'm still learning, and I've improved more than I give myself credit for. I'm not good enough can become, I'm developing my skills, and I'm further along than I used to be. This practice of noticing and reframing is a mental workout. It builds awareness of your patterns and gives you a chance to rewrite them. Over time, the kinder, clearer lines start to come more naturally. Another powerful technique is to turn limiting statements into curious questions. Instead of saying, I can't do this, ask yourself, how could I do this, even in a small way? Instead of saying, this is impossible, ask, what's one small step I could take next? Statements close doors. Questions open them. When you ask yourself a constructive question, your brain begins searching for answers, solutions, and options. This alone can shift you out of helplessness into agency. The Stoics also invite us to speak to ourselves as we would speak to a dear friend. If a friend made a mistake, you wouldn't say you're worthless. You'd say, this hurt, but it's not the end. Let's figure out what you can learn from it. You'd remind them of their strengths, their past resilience, their ability to grow. Why should you deserve any less kindness from yourself? This is the heart of self-compassion, not indulging every excuse, but offering yourself the same fairness and support you already know how to give to others. When you practice this, you stop being your own enemy and become your own ally. That shift alone can change the entire trajectory of your inner life. These techniques are simple, but not always easy. They don't require equipment, courses, or perfection. They require awareness, honesty, and practice. Start with one technique. Maybe today you'll just focus on catching harsh thoughts and softening them slightly. Over time, these small adjustments become your new default. Positive Stoic aligned self-talk stops feeling forced and starts feeling natural. This is how real transformation happens, not through dramatic overnight change, but through consistent, tiny shifts in the way you speak to yourself. The power of visualization and mental rehearsal. Visualization is another quietly powerful tool in this journey. It means vividly picturing in your mind a state you want to embody or an outcome you want to create. It's not passive wishful thinking. It's deliberate mental rehearsal of how you want to show up. For the Stoics, this often meant imagining themselves in hardship and seeing themselves respond with calm, courage, and virtue. They walk through difficulty in their minds first so that when life tested them, their character was already prepared. Why does this matter? Because to your brain, a vividly imagined scenario can activate many of the same neural circuits as a real one. When you rehearse a response in your mind, your nervous system takes note. It begins to treat that pattern as familiar. Think of athletes who visualize their performance. Studies show that when they imagine their routine, their muscles fire in patterns that closely mirror actual performance. Their brain is practicing even when their body is still. You can apply this principle far beyond sports. If you want to feel calmer in conversations, you can visualize walking into a room, breathing steadily, listening deeply, and speaking with clarity. If you want to handle stress better, you can picture yourself facing a difficulty, feeling the first wave of tension, and then deliberately relaxing your jaw, lowering your shoulders, slowing your breath, and responding with a clear head. If you're working toward a goal, you can visualize yourself taking the small, unglamorous steps day after day, and then arriving at the result you've been moving toward. The more vivid the image, the more potent the effect. Engage your senses. See the environment around you. Hear the sounds in the room. Feel the weight of your body and the steadiness of your breath. Most importantly, feel the emotion you want to train. Calm, confidence, resolve. Your breath can be a powerful anchor here. As you visualize, let your breathing match the state you want to cultivate. Slow, steady breath sends a signal of safety to your nervous system, and your mind follows. The Stoics use visualization as mental armor in training. They would imagine losses, delays, criticism, and adversity, not to depress themselves, but to remove the element of shock and panic. By the time reality arrived, they had already rehearsed how to respond with dignity. You can borrow this practice. Before a challenging meeting, a difficult conversation, or a stressful day, take a few quiet moments. Visualize the situation as clearly as you can. Then see yourself responding as your highest self would, grounded, honest, and composed. This mental rehearsal reduces anxiety because your mind has already walked the path. It increases confidence because you have already succeeded in the inner world. It improves your performance because your brain has practiced the sequence you want to follow. Visualization also clarifies what you truly want. When you hold an image of the life you aim for, you begin to notice which choices move you closer and which pull you away. You recognize opportunities sooner. You waste less energy on what doesn't fit. The Stoics understood that visualization is not magic. It doesn't replace action. It shapes the mind that takes action. It prepares you internally to do externally what you know is right. If these ideas and practices are resonating, and you're starting to see how Stoic principles can reshape your inner world, I'd love to hear from you. Consider subscribing to Stoic Ocean if you haven't already, and share in the comments which practice so far has spoken to you most. Your reflections help build a community of growth, wisdom, and real support. Emotional alignment and authenticity. When a negative thought arises, you don't have to accept it as truth or destiny. You can pause, take one mental step back, and ask the questions a Stoic would ask. Is this thought true? Is it useful? Is it within my control? Does it serve the person I'm trying to become? If the answer is no, you are free to choose a wiser thought, one that is calmer, clearer, and aligned with your values. This is how Stoicism transforms negative thinking. Not by suppressing thoughts, but by examining them and replacing them with judgments that serve you. The Stoics also taught us to reframe difficulties. A difficult situation is not a punishment. It is a chance to practice virtue. A failure is not a verdict on your worth. It is information that helps you improve. An obstacle is not a wall. It is a weight that strengthens you when you learn to lift it. Reframing isn't denial, it's wisdom. The wisdom of realizing that every event is neutral, and your interpretation is what gives it power. You cannot always choose what happens, but you can always choose what it means. And when you change what it means, you change how it feels. Thoughts generate emotions. Emotions drive actions. Actions become habits. Habits shape outcomes. and outcomes shape your life. A single thought begins this entire chain. That's why Stoics train their judgments relentlessly. They chose thoughts that created steadiness, clarity, and courageous action. You can do the same. Choose thoughts that move you forward. Thoughts that are honest yet empowering, firm yet fair. This is Stoic transformation. Not force, not denial, but deliberate choice. Practical self-talk, techniques, and examples. So what does this look like in daily life? It begins with awareness. Simply noticing the voice you use with yourself. Ask yourself, if I spoke to a friend this way, would it help them or harm them? If the answer is harm, it's time to shift the script. For example, instead of, I always mess things up, try, I made a mistake, and now I know what to do differently. Instead of, this is too hard, try, this is difficult, but I'm learning how to handle difficult things. Instead of, I can't do this, try, I feel overwhelmed right now, so I'll take one small step. Each shift seems small, but over time, they reshape your self-image. You stop attacking yourself and start guiding yourself. The Stoics understood that language is a tool. Change the words and you change the thoughts. Change the thoughts and you change the actions. Change the actions and you change your life. Here's a simple exercise. For the next 24 hours, write down any harsh thought you catch yourself thinking. Then rewrite it into a calmer, wiser version. Not fake positivity, just a reframe that is more accurate and more helpful. I never get anything right becomes, I'm learning and I've improved more than I give myself credit for. I'm not good enough becomes, I'm developing my skills and I'm further than I used to be. Another powerful tool is to turn rigid statements into curious questions. I can't do this. How could I do this, even in a small way? This is impossible. What is one step I can take next? Statements shut you down. Questions open you up. And finally, speak to yourself as you would speak to someone you care about. If a friend made a mistake, you wouldn't say, you're worthless. You'd say, this is painful, but it's not the end. Let's learn from it. Give yourself the same fairness, the same patience, the same compassion. This is how you become your own ally instead of your own enemy. With practice, positive and Stoic-aligned self-talk stops feeling forced and becomes natural. And that is when your inner life begins to change. The power of visualization and mental rehearsal. Visualization is another quietly powerful Stoic tool. It is not fantasy, it is mental preparation. A Stoic visualizes not by dreaming, but by rehearsing the person they intend to be. When you visualize a future situation, a presentation, a difficult conversation, a moment of pressure, don't just see it, feel it. If you visualize confidence, breathe the way a confident person breathes. If you visualize calm, feel your shoulders soften and your breath slow. Emotion turns imagery into neural training. Your brain begins treating that inner rehearsal as if it were real. This is why athletes visualize before competing. The body reacts as if it's already performing. You can apply this to any area of your life. Visualize yourself entering a stressful situation with steady breath and clear mind. Visualize yourself showing up consistently for your goals. Visualize patience or courage or discipline, not as abstract words, but as lived experiences. The Stoics use this as mental armor. They walked through difficulty in their minds first so reality would not shock them. Before a meeting, a conflict, or a long day, take a moment to visualize the version of you want to bring into it. This reduces anxiety because your mind has already traveled the path. It increases confidence because you've already succeeded on the inside. Visualization is not magic. It does not replace action. It prepares the mind that will act. If these ideas resonate with you, and you're beginning to see how Stoicism strengthens your inner world, consider subscribing to Stoic Ocean and share which practice speaks to you most. Emotional alignment and authenticity. When your emotions match the state you visualize, you create a powerful internal coherence. Your mind isn't imagining one thing while your body feels another. You are aligned, and alignment creates authenticity. The brain's signal that something is real enough to prepare for. When you feel the emotion of confidence or calm during visualization, your brain begins acting as if that version of you already exists. Stoics understood that thoughts and emotions are intertwined. Cultivating emotion is not denial. It is training. You're not forcing yourself to feel something false. You are rehearsing the emotion you want to bring into life. That is emotional freedom, to feel what serves you without being ruled by what harms you. Daily Stoic practices for consistency. Habits form through repetition. Small actions become powerful when practiced daily. Gratitude each morning. Reflection each evening. Catching one negative thought and reframing it. Removing distractions that sabotage your focus. These tiny steps compound over time. One positive thought a day becomes 365 a year. Each one strengthens the mental pathways that support resilience. The Stoics didn't practice occasionally. They practiced daily, through writing, reflection, and examination. Start with one practice. Be imperfect. Be consistent. Consistency builds momentum. Momentum builds identity. Identity builds destiny. Acknowledging reality while maintaining agency. A Stoic sees reality as it truly is. Not worse, not better, but clearly. This isn't pessimism or blind optimism. It is clarity. When difficulties arise, acknowledging reality means, this happened, I don't prefer it, but it is what it is. Now, what part of this is mine to influence? This is the rational middle ground between denial and despair, and it leads directly to the core Stoic insight. Some things are in my control, some things are not. You cannot control events, but you can control interpretation. You cannot control others, but you can control your choices. You cannot control outcomes, but you can control effort. This clarity restores agency, the power to respond wisely to whatever comes. Long-term resilience and future preparation. Stoicism teaches anticipation, not to fear the future, but to prepare for it. Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of difficulty, means mentally rehearsing potential challenges so they don't break you when they appear. It is not pessimism, it is armor. When you imagine difficulties ahead of time, you strip them of their surprise. You meet them with steadiness instead of panic. A mind that expects challenge is not easily rattled. A mind that has rehearsed adversity cannot be broken by it. This is Stoic resilience. Strength built through preparation, clarity, and calm anticipation. This engagement involves a dialogue between what happens outside you and how you answer inside. It's not just about enduring life's storms in silence, but learning how to sail with skill and composure while they unfold. The practice of Premeditatio Malorum is one of the most powerful Stoic disciplines. It means mentally preparing for potential difficulties before they appear. You walk through hardship in your mind first, so when it shows up in reality, it doesn't catch you off guard. This mental rehearsal doesn't make you pessimistic. It makes you prepared. When you've already considered what might go wrong, you're not shocked when something does. You're not thrown off balance. You're ready to respond with wisdom instead of panic. This is how resilience is built, not by wishing for a smooth road, but by strengthening yourself for a rough one. Not by hoping nothing fails, but by knowing that if it does, you will still stand. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable. Things will go wrong, plans will shift, people will disappoint you, obstacles will appear. This isn't negativity, it's realism. And once you accept this, you can prepare for it. You can visualize how you'll handle pressure. You can rehearse your responses beforehand. You can design your character before the test arrives. This kind of preparation quietly reduces anxiety. You've already met the worst-case scenario in your mind. It increases confidence. You know that even if it's hard, you won't be meeting it for the first time. It improves your response because you're acting from choice, not shock. And when you prepare this way, obstacles start to look different. They're not just threats. They become opportunities to practice courage, to test your discipline, to deepen your resilience. This shift in perspective is transformative. Challenges become training. Setbacks become feedback. What once felt like chaos becomes part of your curriculum. That is the power of Premeditatio Malorum. Not expecting the worst, but refusing to be broken by it. Not avoiding difficulty, but preparing your mind to meet it well. This is the Stoic path to long-term resilience and future readiness. Gratitude, acceptance, and present moment focus. If Premeditatio Malorum prepares you for the future, gratitude and acceptance anchor you in the present. Gratitude in a Stoic sense is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about appreciating what is here and now without constantly demanding that life be different first. It shifts your attention from what is missing to what is already given, from what went wrong to what is still working, from endless lack to quiet abundance. This shift doesn't erase hardship. It simply refuses to let hardship be the whole story. You might still be tired, your day might still be messy, but you can be grateful for one honest friend, for a body that still moves, for one small step of progress. This perspective changes how you move through the world. It softens resentment. It deepens appreciation. It makes you more attentive to the good that quietly exists even on difficult days. When gratitude is paired with acceptance, it becomes even more powerful. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing clearly what you cannot change and refusing to waste your life fighting it. When you accept what is beyond your control, you free your energy to act where it does matter. You stop trying to control other people, or the past, or random events, and you start focusing on your own choices, your own effort, your own character. This is not resignation, it is wisdom. It is choosing reality over illusion and response over resistance. Gratitude says, I see what is good. Acceptance says, I see what is real. Together they create a deep, steady foundation for emotional well-being that doesn't collapse every time circumstances shift. The Stoics also emphasize present moment focus, not being trapped in regrets of the past, not being swallowed by fears of the future, but returning again and again to what is actually happening now. The present moment is where your self-talk lives. When you're present, you can see a thought arise and choose how to answer it. You can feel an emotion swell and decide how to channel it. You can practice a new response right here, not someday. Present moment awareness turns all these ideas into living practice. It's the spotlight that lets you notice your patterns in real time and gently adjust them. Gratitude grounds you. Acceptance clarifies you. Presence awakens you. Together they form a base for positive, Stoic-aligned self-talk that is rooted in reality, not fantasy. This is the Stoic way to emotional well-being, not through denial or escape, but through gratitude, acceptance, and present moment awareness. Throughout this journey, remember that every word you speak to yourself is carving paths in your mind. Every thought you repeat is a signal to your brain about who you are and what is possible. The path to mastering your thoughts through Stoic self-talk is both a science and an art. It asks for consistency, awareness, and compassion for yourself as you grow. Each positive affirmation, each visualization, each moment of mindful self-talk is quietly shaping the person you are becoming and the life you are creating. If you stay with these practices, you'll begin to notice change. You'll catch negative thoughts sooner. You'll redirect them more gently. You'll think in ways that are more productive and less punishing. You'll feel more grounded, less anxious, more resilient. The obstacles in your life won't disappear, but in the words attributed to Marcus Aurelius, the obstacle becomes the way. What once felt like a barrier can become a stepping stone towards strength and wisdom. Throughout this video, we've explored 10 key ideas to help you master the art of self-talk. You've seen how thoughts shape neural pathways, how Stoic principles can transform negative thinking, practical self-talk phrases you can use every day, the power of visualization and emotional alignment, the importance of daily practice, the clarity of seeing reality without losing agency, the resilience that comes from preparing for difficulty, and the stabilizing force of gratitude, acceptance, and present moment focus. These are not theories to admire from a distance. They are tools meant to be used. Tools that have helped people for centuries reshape their inner world and, through it, their outer lives. This journey is not about never having negative thoughts again. It's about understanding them, working with them, and choosing better ones when they arise. It's about guiding your mind instead of being dragged by it. If you practice these principles in your own life, slowly, imperfectly, but consistently, you will see change in how you think, in how you feel, in how you respond, in who you become. Thank you for spending this time with us on Stoic Ocean. Your journey toward wisdom and inner peace is something we're honored to share with you. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell so you won't miss future explorations into Stoic philosophy and practical wisdom. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 10 concepts spoke to you most deeply? And how do you plan to weave them into your daily life? Your reflections help build a community of learning, growth, and support. And when you're ready to continue, feel free to explore one of the suggested videos now appearing on your screen and keep walking this path of Stoic practice with us. We're not just learning here, we're transforming. Until next time, stay Stoic, stay strong, and speak to yourself with the same wisdom and kindness you would offer to someone you love. The words you choose matter. The thoughts you continue matter. The reality you build from them matters deeply. Choose them well,